You are now tuned into the Plancast.
Oh, mama, y'all amazing.
You are now tuned into the Plancast. Welcome to yet another episode. My name is Frank, and I'll be taking the next 20 minutes of your time. Yeah. So, on today's episode, we have music executive. Should I put the let me put some chair? Yeah. We have Lucas J seated with me, aka King Lou. Lucas is one of the most respected music executives in Niger, down to Africa. So Lou, just tell us about yourself. Let me know.
Okay, my name is Lucas J, also known as King Lou. I'm a culture entrepreneur, music executive, music promoter, A&R. I'm a bunch of things. With time, you get to know more about me. Yes, thank you for having me.
Yes, sir. So Lou, how long have you been in this game? How long have you been in the game? How did you start?
I started music as a rapper and a producer.
Yeah.
So in 2004.
2004?
Yes, that's when I started music. That's when I started rapping.
That's
do the maths.
Well, check.
Oh man.
2004. 23 minus 2.
This guy is actually checking.
19 years?
Yeah, it's been long in the game, bro.
Whoa.
It's been long, 2004.
Shit. That's a long ass time. So how did you start?
So a friend of mine, I've always had this love and passion for music right from when I was a boy. I used, back in those days, what we usually use is a cassette tape and a recorder. So my dad had this deck. When he goes to work, I just put in the cassette and he record.
Yeah.
Yes. So what happens is when I record, it wipes off any original music on that tape. And you can imagine my father using his money to buy tapes with Osadebe, Oliver the Cook, and all these guys. I'll wipe it and record my rap.
I'll just tell you, ace.
See the kind of beating I received from this man, just for the love of music. So yeah. A friend of mine took me to studio first time in 2004. Yes, that was my first contact with music. Yeah. We made music, we recorded. I was like, okay. I started falling in love. It started going deeper and deeper till I now joined a group in Jos then called Too Much. This group produced a bunch of hit songs in Jos.
Yeah.
So after Jos, I traveled to Ghana.
Wait, what are the hit songs?
So there's a song called, popular song back in those days in Jos called Jizim Wahala. It's called Jizim Wahala. Back in those days in Jos, it was popular in Jos.
Do you think right now that Jizim Wahala is on let's say streaming platform?
No, there was no streaming platform then. What we had then was Alaba. We had Alaba. We had DJs.
Yeah.
We had the radio stations.
Are those guys still in business, of singing?
Who?
The guys that sang the group.
No, I wasn't. It's just me and the guy. Yes.
Yo, the other guy.
Yes, and the other guy.
You and the other guy, right?
Yes.
Is the other guy still in business?
So he's making gospel music right now.
Oh yeah, so he just switched
from secular to gospel.
Damn.
And me, I'm still making music, and you know, I'm still here doing my thing just for the love of the game.
I think that's really, really dope and amazing. And starting from like being a rapper,
yes,
now it's not like you're transitioning to a music executive, or you've transitioned to like a music executive. So what was in between that? Like, I do know that when it comes to like radio and TV plugins, you're the SpeedPlug is like the go-to. It's like a highly requested company for that. So like, how did you now go from like being a rapper to going into music plugin? Because I know that radio has evolved like so much, you know, like now you can just like hit up one of the OAPs, you know, like play them stuff, and if it's dope enough and if it's moving, they can actually consider having it on the playlist, you know, like I know that there are payola systems, but there's still that whole organic stuff still happens. It still happens, But now OAPs are way more accessible, you know, like how was it then? Like when did you start doing radio plugins, like, and how was it then? Like how was your first encounter? Like, can you remember?
This is a story that really changed everything for me. I was still a rapper then, and I had this OAP friend back in Jos. You know, I used to go to his radio station to visit him sometimes, and then one day an upcoming artist just like myself walked into the station. You know, then what we used in submitting our songs then we used a CD, the round CD.
Yeah,
you know, the disc,
the CD-ROM,
the round one,
VCD disc.
Exactly. Yeah. That's what we used to submit our songs then. So the guy came with it, a bunch of it he printed from, I don't know, he printed, but a bunch of it he dropped with the OAP, you know, soliciting for support to get his song played on the radio. Okay, after the guy walked away because he didn't, you know, I don't know, maybe he didn't drop money or something.
Yeah,
I saw the OAP right in my presence toss this boy's CD into the dustbin. I was like, wow. I went to him, I never stopped thinking about it. I went to him, I was still thinking about it. I was like, nah, I think I need to be a promoter.
Whoa.
That's what changed it for me.
Emotional damage. That is some emotional damage.
Like that was a turning point. That was a turning point. I was like, okay, I think I need to quit this music thing for now. As in being on the front line, I started learning how to promote music. But I didn't start with radio first. I started with online blogs like Not Just Okay, Too Exclusive, Jagoda, all those guys. I had contacts. I'm a very friendly person. I know how to network and how to make friends. So I had friends in those spots. Not Just Okay, Too Exclusive, Jagoda, all these guys. You know, so I help artists get their song on those platforms for a fee. You know, that's how I was hustling, you know, putting money together, all that stuff, before I now expanded to radio. Yeah. You know, I expanded radio in 2014. That's when I expanded to radio. I started doing radio, you know, plug-in for I was managing 2 artists then, back in those days. You know, I started with their own plugin and then expanded to other artists. Yeah. That's how this thing started for me. I started building my network. Right now, we cover at least 15 cities in Nigeria, and then 66 cities in Africa.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yes, so that's what we do right now. That's where the passion brought me to.
So can you remember like your point of contact? Like what was your point of contact that brought you into the radio game? Like who did you first speak to that, oh, hey man, like how can I get my stuff on air and stuff like that?
My first point of contact with no doubt is Nedu. It was Nedu. The same Nedu.
Mazobia.
Yes, Nedu.
Yeah.
You know, Nedu worked with the company that I was working with at that point, a telecoms company. Mind you, I'm sure I didn't mention that. No. I also worked with the telecoms company. We're producing coloring back tunes, you know, and all that. I worked with them. You know, so Nedu also equally worked there, but he was my senior. He left before. Yeah. You know, anything. And I heard he was working on the radio, and I approached him and I asked him how far. He plugged me in, introduced me to one person. From one person, I started getting contact of other people in the game.
Shout out to Nigerian. That's very impressive, you know.
Yes, so the contact was from Nedu, you know, before I started expanding to where I am today. So kudos, big shout out to Nedu.
Let's give it up.
Yes.
Man, so if you wanted to get, like, let's say if you wanted to get music, then you get it through CDs. Just like, oh hey man, this is my CD, can you spin it?
Yes.
So now, like, how do we now, like, okay, radio, I remember, like, radio was really a thing then. Like,
Yes.
you in school would have, like, there's this
Walkman.
Yeah, like, access with the Walkman, you know, there's the ones that is very very cheap. It's like, it's plastic, it's just FM that has one tiny
yes.
Yeah, like,
yes.
a lot of people in school, like, once you had that stuff in school, like your song, and you're listening to actual radio stuff, there's no MP3 or whatever. It's just like you're looking at. That's when people they were paying attention to like stations. You know, like people play like maybe Cool FM, because Cool FM has like very chill jams, and if you're looking at like all this like if you're looking at Afrobeat and like the local station, you're looking at them Wazobia, you know, like. I'm not even sure if Wazobia and this thing they were existing then. I don't even know.
Nah.
Do you know? Okay, Wazobia and Cool, they're even the new age station. I don't know, like,
those stations, yeah, Rhythm FM.
You know, like,
back in those days.
So what stations were there then?
So we had Rhythm FM. Rhythm FM was like the most popular station then. You know, that was where people like DJs like DJ Neptune started, like in the 90s. That guy is an OG, you know.
Big shout out to DJ Neptune.
So that's where he started actually. So we had like Rhythm FM. We had like that is from the 90s. Wazobia as they came in the 2000s. From the 90s we had Rhythm FM. Rhythm FM was like one of the most popular stations we had then. Yeah, I should say Rhythm FM was one of the most popular stations we had then. But in the 2000s, we had Kenny's Music, Kenny's FM, we had the Brilla, we had likes of Wazobia coming in, Nigerian Info, and the rest of them.
So like, ever since then, you've just been heavy on having songs get spun on the radio and on TV, having videos played on TV. That's very dope, because like, if you're looking at Uber now is like a good, normally like me speaking for myself, I would never just tune into like the radio, right? Except maybe there's an artist that I like, I'm a fan of, and he's going live. And even if there's an artist that I like and it's going live, it has to really be a conversation that it is it. You know, maybe this person's first airplay, but because like if the person goes for airplay for every song that you release, what are you really talking about? You know, like, it's just like, it's the same question. I'll only be really gingered about the first interview. Like the second one, I might just check in. But if you're talking about the same thing, there's really no difference. You know, like, I wouldn't pay attention no matter how much
and that is why it's not advisable to always go for media tours whenever you release a song. You have to space it out until when you have like a proper strong conversation to have on radio.
Yep.
You know, maybe you release a single and you're about to release a second single. You went for media tour and you're about to release a second single and going for media tour. That's wrong. That's the wrong move. You know, space it out until when you have like an EP, an actual body of work. So that's like a more, you know, it's going to be a more broader conversation. It wouldn't be limited to Q&As.
Yeah,
you get what I mean?
I definitely think so. Like, cause what are you really saying about the same song in how many radios? I'm not saying that it's because I usually recommend it too, but if you're doing that for every other release, every time you're releasing, like, you're wasting money.
So this is how marketing is about strategy.
Yeah,
you know, that's why I always advise most of the artists that come to me to make sure they focus their energy on radio stations that's going to give them more listenership, and and not try to do everything. But people have money to spend, so they just decide to, you know, cover up everywhere. But my advice is always do the top 5, top 6, or top 7 stations, and just let it be. Focus on do your digital. Digital is where we are right now, man.
Yeah.
Radio is supported. Radio is heavy. TV is heavy. Everything is in sync right now. Whatever is happening on social media affects or impacts what is happening on radio and what is happening on TV. So they're all in sync. Digital, radio, TV, and street, club, DJs, and all that stuff. What a DJ, if a DJ sees a song on top 5, a DJ wants to spin that song.
True.
And the DJ spinning that song, somebody's walking into the club and listening to the Shazam the song. I like the song. Everything is in sync. It's played on radio. Radio guys go out. The schedulers, they go out, they have fun. They know songs playing on the street. They know songs getting more attention on social media. That is going to affect how they do their chart placements or how they play, how they kind of support they give the song on radio. Every radio station wants to play a popular song for their rating to go high.
Every radio station wants to play popular songs
because they want that rating
to go high.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
They want the adverts to come. Nobody wants to market or advertise with a radio station that doesn't have listenership or doesn't have like that spotlight. So they try to play more music. They try to play more popular music. That doesn't mean they don't support the emerging ones, but so your song has to be good. So that is why it's a job of people like us that are like the intermediaries to sieve these songs, make sure whatever song we're sending on radio is a quality record and not just any song.
Yeah.
That's our job as E&Rs equally, to make sure the quality control of this song is on point.
Additional quality.
Yes, quality.
Records.
If you come to me right now for promotion, the first thing I ask you, send me the song. I have to listen to the song. If the song is good, I will sign off for the promotion. But if it's not good, I'll tell you straight up, this is not good, but I think you should do this. I always give constructive criticism. Like give you ideas on how to improve on your record and then come back. But I don't like, it's not about the money. It's about the quality of music you're putting out. Because at the end of the day, people that I work with, they are my friends. They trust me because they trust my taste of music. That is why if I send them an email, they can easily open that email because they know I'm definitely sending them dope shit. Are we allowed to say shit here?
Yeah, you're allowed to curse, bro. Like,
we're going to send them dope shit. So it's a relationship that we've built over time. You know what I mean? So the focus is usually the quality of the record over the budget.
Quality of record over. Let this one sink, let it enter. Let it enter your medulla oblongata. Let it sink in.
Yeah, they just have to understand. Quality is important.
If the quality of your bag is bigger than the quality of your music,
forget it.
Otilo.
No traces, man.
Man, the lifespan of your career and the flexibility of it just shows pretty much consistency, like it shows consistency. It shows like the importance of consistency, right? And it also shows the importance of evolution.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, one question before I continue the importance of evolution. You mentioned that since the day you saw that guy just fling the CD into the trash, you decided to like go into, should every artist do that, make that same move, like, because you might take it as disrespect, like that was a disrespect on his art, like, and so how should an artist handle that whole situation, like?
See, the reason why I felt that way is because I value art. I make music myself. I know what it takes to make music. I know what it takes to get even the inspiration, to write a song, bounce on that beat, do the final touch, I do mix and mastering.
Yeah.
And then after that process, I hand my CD to somebody to support me. You should come on straight to me and say I can't support you. I don't like your music. Then just toss it in the trash. that artist, what happened to that artist? That artist didn't see it. I was the only one that saw it. You get what I mean? But if anybody disrespects you like that, I'm not sure you should take it to heart. Just go back, listen to your music, work on your art, go back to the drawing board, because nobody is capable of rejecting quality music.
True.
If the music is good, they won't even think about the money. Then it was about the money. It was really about the money. But this new age radio stations and the OAPs, it's not really about the money. The quality of the record matters a lot. And then when the money comes, it's like an incentive. Man. You get what I mean? It's like a gift. It's not as if you're paying them. You're not paying nobody. You get what I mean? We're not. That's why I don't like when people say payola and you have to pay the radio stations to do shit. No, man, bro. If the music is no good, they're not going to support, regardless. Even if you have the whole millions,
bro. But I've heard some kind of like some really shit music on the radio. I can't even lie.
I don't know who sent those music there.
I've really heard some.
At what station? On Sound City?
On the radio. I know I can't really say the name of the station. Okay. But I've really heard. I really heard some really shit music on the radio, like mad. Like I'll be wondering that. No disrespect to the art, but sometimes that is not your art. Like what people don't really understand is just like the ups for saying that, but I have actually really heard a lot of
the biggest problem with those kind of artists is the kind of guys they have around them, the yes men they have around them that always make them feel like they are gods. They are making quality record. Yeah, if you have guys around you that don't tell you the truth about your music, then you are doomed, bro. Yeah. So, but I'm speaking for my own self.
Yeah.
No whack music on my table. For sure. People that know me know that you can never bring any whack music close to my table. I'm not going to push it.
Then so like that pretty much shows the importance of like staying consistent, and as you're staying consistent with like a hustle, you shouldn't be like scared to also evolve. Like evolving and switching to a different area doesn't really mean that you're going off consistency. It just shows that like you're willing to take on new challenges and discover new areas that matter. So but this right here, you have a wall of Nigerian artists on the wall. There are pictures, bro. Like
these are just few of them.
This is very interesting, man. Because personally, me, I would never have pictures of. For me to have the picture, like you have to, like the love has to be way more than a job, like. It's just
I love everyone here.
Like every single person. Man,
Frank, you understand how I work? If I don't like you, I don't like your music, I'm not coming close to you. If the vibe is wrong, I'm not coming close to you. But most of the artists I'm working with are all dope talents.
Yeah, I mean,
I've connected with them on a certain level. You get what I mean? So
definitely dope.
Yeah.
I mean, some of them are like. I mean, at least I know one here that's not dope. The rest are dope. I know one that's not dope.
You're not telling me something, Frank.
I know one here that's not dope,
Oh my goodness.
I mean, like they make dope music, definitely. Like, but. For me to have like a whole wall, like because when you create, you see and you breathe and you eat, and like it's quite interesting. It's just like engulfing yourself deep into the industry. But it's quite fascinating, man. For me personally, can't be me. Except I love them way more than like a job or like because artists. We all know that a majority of artists, you can love them, but they don't love you back. Like they love what you can bring to the table. That's facts. Like you can love them, but they love you as long as you're relevant. Like once the relevance just goes, they won't do it. So I can only put an artist that can put my own face on in their house. You cannot put my face in your house. I'm gonna get that. I swear. But yeah, man, big respect, big love. Thanks a lot for spending the 25 minutes. Like, thanks a lot for like spending the last 25 minutes speaking about like your come up and really displaying the importance of consistency and evolution, you know, like, and bro, keep up the great work.
Thank you, Frank.
Like, so is there any like last thing you would like to say before we sign up?
Maybe this should go out to
Tell them.
this should go out to, because I usually love speaking about artists a lot because it's my thing. This should go out to all the artists. There's something I tweeted a few days ago. I said the music industry is capital intensive right now, and only those that have the structure, the funding, and whatever will thrive in this space. You know, but that shouldn't be the reason why you as an artist, you're giving up on your dreams. Just keep making the art, keep creating, making good music, and keep amplifying it. Definitely, there's somebody out there that's going to see you, discover you, and then sign you. You know, so just don't stop making music because you're born to do that. Peace.
Yes, sir. King Lou, signing out.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir.
Bless.
It's a great occasion, and now we have to go away. You are now tuned into the Plancast.